In this edition of SOBO Stories, we're shining the spotlight on Jake Morton, a remarkable senior at Parkway High School. As an exceptional student-athlete, Jake has made a lasting impact on his school and sports teams. We had the opportunity to sit down with Jake and a few of his coaches to learn more about his journey, challenges, and triumphs. Let's hear what they have to say about this inspiring young man.
Last year was my first year coaching for Parkway Wrestling. I came in from station at Barstow, and immediately you can feel the presence of Jake in the room, just commanding over everybody, really. He really took my words and then used them in every practice. He was definitely one of the hardest workers, always encouraging himself to learn something new and just better his technique in every practice. And he would call out anybody on the mat to come and practice with him so he could practice his techniques.
It's the hardest worker, one of the hardest workers you're ever going to see. Never going to complain, always going to keep his head up and work hard no matter what.
Huge, words can't explain it. I mean, it's, coming in, after his injury in football, he came to me and proposed the idea of obviously staying with the team, but more importantly, like a coach role, and I think it was one of the best moves we made. He kept 6 kids out in the heavyweight division, and 3 of those guys had never wrestled before, and one of them still in the state tournament right now. So the knowledge that he has for sport and the relationship he's had with the kids is just phenomenal.
As we've just heard from Jake's coaches, his journey took an unexpected turn when a knee injury during a football game brought his senior year athletic season to an abrupt halt. Despite the setback, Jake displayed incredible resilience and determination, transitioning into a coaching role for the wrestling team. Now, let's hear from Jake himself as he opens up about his injury, the emotions he experienced, and how he found a new sense of purpose through coaching.
We're on, I believe, it was the second drive of playing against Airline, and on week 9, we were running a play to the outside, and I was supposed to block in the B gap and drive him out, but remember my face mask got stuck with his helmet, so I'm sitting there trying to pull my helmet off with his helmet, and I guess he either tried to push me off of him because he thought I was holding or whatnot, but my left leg got stuck in between his legs, and as he went to push me off, I actually tumbled over his leg, and it just contorted my leg in a way that I felt multiple pops. It was almost immediate I knew something was wrong. The trainer ran out and came and he was like, "Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong?" I was telling him it's my leg. I took my helmet off at that time. I was screaming. He went and he pulled it. I felt one big pop again and a couple other little pops, and it was fine. It didn't hurt after that. That was the last thing it hurt. I got up, I walked off. Well, I thought I was good to go again. I didn't feel any pain. I was like, man, I need to get out there. So my center, Chandler Davis, he has 2 knee braces, and he took his off immediately, and he's like, "Here, put it on." So we tried to put the knee brace on and tried to tape it all up, get it fitting, and I went back out there first drive. I went to get my stance, wobbled, I almost fell over. I played that play out, and I was just, at that point, I felt like me forcing myself to be out there would have been less effective than trying to figure out some other player to be put in my position. I just felt like I was hurting the team. Just a Saturday morning clinic. And we went to that, and he told us, he was like, "Yeah, it's possibly an ACL, an MCL. It's just my leg's so big he couldn't tell." So directly after we left the doctor's office from the MRI, they called us, and they said it was a very bad deal. And they sat there for like 3 minutes telling my dad what was wrong with it. And they said it was a torn ACL, completely torn. They said I had severed like a third of my meniscus, my lateral meniscus. And they said it was, I couldn't remember exactly what it was. It was something with my MCL too, and so it was all messed up, and it was a big hit on me, but I knew it was God's plan, so I didn't want to risk being away from my team. I wanted to stay with them. So the week immediately after the first week of playoffs, I had surgery, and it wasn't really that painful, but it was an experience. I've never been through a surgery like that. I've never been in surgery, and I was extremely nervous. They were given an estimate 9 to 10 months, possibly. I don't know. Up until, well, even after I was told what the injury was, I had a false hope I'd be able to wrestle at some point. even whenever I had the surgery, I still had hope at some point I'd come back in the season.
Jake's resilience shines as he turned adversity into opportunity. Rather than letting his injury define his senior year, he discovered a new passion for coaching. Next, we'll explore Jake's coaching journey, his impact on the wrestling team, and the remarkable recognition he received. Let's dive into Jake's inspiring transition from athlete to coach.
Well, number one was the brothers I had on the team. They all relied on me, and me not being there to wrestle for them, I still wanted to be there for them. I love wrestling so much, I couldn't just walk away from it. And wrestling's just given me so much in my career of high school and really my life. It's given me so much, and it's just, I couldn't bring myself to walk away from it. I think I had a belief that Chase could be good. I really had a belief that he could blossom and grow from the position he's in now. He had the potential to be great. It's just going to take a lot of work, and I felt like I could really help him with that. It's brought a great respect for coaching, being in this position. It's allowed me to mentor guys that mentored me, per se. It's allowed me to step away from the shoes of the wrestler, and knowing how, actually coming from wrestling last year and the losses I took and the big wins I took, I understand. I would say better, but it's more fresh on my mind how wrestlers feel in certain situations, and it's easier to coach for me to do that because it's relatable. I've done the same thing they've done. Now let's make sure I don't have it again, or hey, I've done this. Let's make sure you don't do it. I failed from it. We got to get you in the right position.
As we wrap up, let's celebrate Jake being voted by his peers and coaches in the area as the Regional Wrestling Assistant Coach of the Year. His inspiring journey continues as he heads to Centenary College in the fall to join their restarted football program. Thank you for watching SOBO Story number 2, Jake Morton, brought to you by SOBO Live.